Ray.
Ray.
Obviously, this one didn't have a nerve to ask Ray to join us.
Pack your bags, Ray, before the road gets here.
She called me on her cell phone to say that she and Ray were going horseback riding.
You are a ray of light that crashed into a place where we found love.
光线，射出光线，放射。
Reach.
Reach.
How long now until we reach the center of the universe?
It's only a day and a half till we reach the center of the universe, and I don't think that we should leave the bridge unmanned until we get there.
Until we reach the center of the universe.
We haven't water enough for tomorrow, let alone the time it would take us to reach Icos.
伸出，到达，达到。
React.
React.
Come on, be spontaneous and react fast.
Never listen or react to conversation.
Of course, we're going to have to wait and see how the markets react, but that should...
Our alarms are sonic and seismic, two things which I'm afraid do not react well to explosions.
The cells are bombarded by slightly greasy solar atoms, which forces the body to react and protect itself.
起反应。
Reaction.
Reaction.
I can't believe that that's the reaction that you...
I want your immediate reaction.
I was thinking of all the things that people do, not based on their own feelings or judgments, but based on a reaction to what others are doing around them.
Sean, can you tell me why these chemicals have this reaction?
You see, gentlemen, the female experiences a biological reaction to chocolate that triggers the same pleasurable responses in the brain as are triggered during the sex act.
反应。
Read.
Read.
Every morning I read Backstage West.
I get a more accurate read on people in my other persona.
I read Mom out by that pool.
I've read this tale, there's wedding and betrayal. I know that come the day I want to run and hide.
Well, if you read the story, we might find out.
读，有学问的，读取。
Reader.
Reader.
I work for the Reader.
She was an avid reader of my detective novels.
She's a voracious reader, so she's always got a book in her hand.
When I write about people, I try to entertain the reader.
You're probably not much of a reader.
读者。
Readily.
Readily.
You are their friend, and they do not give their affections readily. They readily agree.
I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication and can readily...
Splendid. Then you will all the more readily bow to my wishes.
You're basically alone on a deserted island with two readily available women. One...
迅速的。
Reading.
Reading.
Now for our next reading, I'd like to ask the bride's sister Gloria up to the lectern.
But I really don't want you reading this unless, something happens.
I had just finished reading the first chapter of Lanny's own biography.
I won't know for sure till tomorrow, but the director said that he liked my reading the best.
You're reading Alice Munro?
阅读，阅读的。
Ready.
Ready.
Alexis. So, you ladies ready to run this mile and get extra fucking sick?
I don't know, maybe he's just not ready.
I'm ready. Oh,
I'm sorry I wasn't ready.
it's just a little bit more of a celebration of life than I was ready for.
预备好的状态，准备好的，预先。
Real.
Real.
Anyway, for real now. I'm gonna ask you something, and you gotta promise you'll be honest and not spare my feelings just because I could kill you.
Lily, you're crying over the crown molding and the real hardwood floors?
Well, did you get the facts from the Monkey Police Department about Drew Marshall, the man who's probably the real killer?
That's firm, for real.
真的，实数，真正的。
Realistic.
Realistic.
I'll be realistic.
Jerry, be realistic.
Part of my job is to help you be realistic. Sweetheart, it's just not very realistic is all.
That's not realistic. Okay.
现实的。
Reality.
Reality.
All right, we've only got 3 weeks to make this reality, folks.
Because it wasn't reality.
I mean, it's been such a great adventure, but I think it's time to get back to reality.
She's listen, reality sucks for her right now.
Those whose eyes are open to a greater reality than you could ever imagine.
实在。
Realize.
Realize.
And even more painful to realize.
I didn't realize, but I mean, yeah.
Whether it's wondering if your husband will realize you replaced his dead dog with a shorter replica.
You don't realize how much you appreciate something until somebody takes it away.
了解，变卖。
Really.
Really.
And if you really want to rebel, move to LA, right?
He's really cute, and I really like him, and he's got a British accent.
I got the really real bikini TV crew here.
I like chicken, I like lasagna, I like them both, but I really like pork.
I mean, Maddie did have a really big dick, which was super great and everything.
实际上，
Realm.
Realm.
Cast aside all selfish ambition and to pledge yourself only to the good of the realm. From a realm of cold and darkness came the frost giants.
Realm of monsters?
These are the halls of the woodland realm.
We are the keepers of the Dark Gate, sworn to protect this realm and yours from the evil that's locked behind it.
王国，
Reap.
Reap.
Be prepared to reap the whirlwind, gentlemen.
We allow the Greeks to slaughter our men, rape our wives.
You may well reap the benefit in. You sow and reap, Ernest.
收割，
Rear.
Rear.
I had fingerprints on my hips when we were trying vaginal rear entry male superior.
Minimum required rear setback for a...
Put their blush on in the rear view on the way to their crappy jobs.
Sigarm 1911 pistol with a hand-strike V-notch rear, a GSR stainless steel but with a black nitron finish, a seamless P226 slide, and Tridom night sights.
后面的养育，
Rearrange.
Rearrange.
I could say, I'm going to rearrange your teeth.
I'm sure I could rearrange.
Now, you think you can act like a gentleman and answer the ladies' questions? Or do I rearrange your face?
It's so untidy, I was trying to rearrange them.
We must rearrange your bandages.
在排列，
Reason.
Reason.
But humans weren't the reason your father and I were fighting.
For the same reason as your previous employer.
I knew I married you for a reason.
What you're saying is that the only reason you wouldn't fuck those two models is out of consideration for me.
We gotta give them zero reason to take issue with us. Be on our best behavior. Solve problems before they happen.
理由、说服、推论，
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Be reasonable.
I admit it's a generous allowance for reasonable people.
I have a reasonable doubt now.
I'm asking you to be reasonable.
Like reasonable people.
合理的，
Reasonably.
Reasonably.
Even a reasonably good amateur would know it was mathematically the best hand, which in poker is called the nuts.
Heaven and hell, they seem reasonably back in order.
I was a reasonably happy kid, I guess.
It is a reasonably worded threat.
Reasonably safe.
适度的，
Reassure.
Reassure.
Just trying to reassure my husband of what I know is true in my heart.
But I really want to reassure you.
But I've been thinking, and I wanted to reassure you that I admired your behavior during this conference before our conversation yesterday, and I admire it now.
I'm sure that was meant to reassure me.
使安心，
Rebel.
Rebel.
Always a rebel.
Or will she side with S's rebel forces?
We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
You and your rebel friends.
叛徒、造反、造反的，
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
He sacrificed himself for the rebellion.
Miss Smith is teaching us about the Louis Riel Rebellion.
One in China during the Boxer Rebellion, one in New York.
Suddenly the rebellion is real for you.
You have made time an ally of the rebellion.
谋反，
Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant.
I have failed with the confused, with the rebellious, with the recalcitrant.
I'm emailing him again right now, but how do you spell recalcitrant?
It involved an upper berth, an untimely addition to the population of New Hampshire, and a recalcitrant conductor.
Never in all my born days have I come across such recalcitrant behavior. You recalcitrant, unworthy, defective.
反抗的，反抗者，
Recall.
Recall.
Her daughter couldn't recall the past.
I don't know if you recall, but you only said translate it. I
don't recall asking your opinion, Peter.
Not that I can recall.
The thing is, though, Suki, in all the years that I've lived in Bone Top, I can't recall, but
回忆回想
Recapture.
Recapture.
A further announcement will be made as soon as recapture is effected.
And now that you've had your attack for the day, let's endeavor to recapture our good humor and remember our reading.
Anyway, I think I got an idea, a way to recapture the gas.
Furthermore, she's so outside the box that she helps you recapture the Maverick label.
I'm trying to recapture a feeling.
取回再捕获
Receipt.
Receipt.
Can I have the receipt for my dinner with?
No, because the receipt was still inside.
I better sign in and get a receipt.
That receipt shows I bought a ticket though, right?
收据开的收据
Receive.
Receive.
I receive your receipt.
Our other guest will receive a match set of pen and pencils by Schaefer.
Receive this!
Very nice is when you receive a get-well card from your butcher or the television repairman.
We were hoping that you'd be the guest of honor and receive the award for Heroes of the Year.
收到
Receiver.
Receiver.
Hold it close to the receiver so I can hear.
I don't want a receiver to get across that line of scrimmage.
Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators.
The bolt goes in the receiver.
You're not some flash in the pan, corner or receiver, or even Julian Washington.
接收器
Recent.
Recent.
According to a recent survey, more than half of small businesses.
Is there anything you'd like to say concerning Steve's recent stadium appearance?
Let me just go through your recent transactions.
On a recent visit to Los Angeles, after failing to call, text.
Yeah, sports is definitely a recent interest.
最近的
Recently.
Recently.
Marissa put on a ton of weight recently.
Have you recently seen a woman named Leica? Or any alien carrots or any other unusual type of alien?
I guess what I'm asking is, has anything changed at home recently?
Oh, lilies are perfect if the bride and groom are recently deceased.
Perhaps I got more excited than I should have, but I recently found out that Betty Applewhite is quite the poker player.
最近
Reception.
Reception.
And I thought he might be nice for the reception.
No reception.
This place wasn't really built with reception in mind, was it?
We were actually at our wedding reception during the taking.
Well, you said you were free until the reception in Bordellino tonight, which is on the way back from Lake Garda.
接待
Receptionist.
Receptionist.
And then the friggin' receptionist is trying to get me to take these condoms that look like grape suckers.
For the receptionist position.
I nursed him through 2 divorces, a cocaine rehab, and a pregnant receptionist.
She's a receptionist at a pet clinic, but lately she's been getting the house together after my dad died.
The receptionist told me where to find you.
接待员
Recession.
Recession.
Cutbacks, recession, depression, might lose their funding.
The economic recession in Europe.
Wayne says that in this recession, that's perfectly acceptable behaviors.
We're in a recession.
后退
Recipe.
Recipe.
I know, but everyone says you're such an amazing baker, and I was hoping you would give me some tips to improve my recipe.
Just Peg's recipe for her grape salad.
So the recipe says we need a mixing bowl, a measuring cup. That turkey meatloaf recipe is a disaster.
This here is a recipe for unpleasantness.
食谱
Recipient.
Recipient.
And never before has this award gone to anyone younger than its recipient tonight.
As of this moment, every student has been made an equal recipient of the inaugural September Foundation grant.
Fisk Brandner, recipient of left arm weapon transplant.
Remember Peter, the second non-recipient of one of my love letters?
To crown this year's Miss Teen Sweetwater, my fellow former and the director of the Blue Bonnet Pageant, 10-time recipient of the Best Texas Pageant Award.
领受的领受者
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal.
I know I didn't get the third one right because we didn't do reciprocal proportion.
Mr. Nystrom brings around a port at a reciprocal course in a screening position.
Or any place that has reciprocal arrangements with New Jersey, like New York.
Reciprocal course.
Relationships are reciprocal.
互惠的倒数
Reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
And how grateful for this expression of your affection that I reciprocate with all my heart.
And I'd like to reciprocate.
The way that this is supposed to work is that I give you information and you reciprocate.
And I will do everything in my power to make your stay here at Moonshine Castle as pleasant as possible, providing, of course, that you reciprocate.
Well, could you reciprocate by letting us proceed?
回报往复运动
Recite.
Recite.
As I recite the poem, look for the repetition of the word nevermore.
But he could recite the book of Revelation in his sleep.
Recite the passages.
Why don't you go out now and recite the Gettysburg Address?
What would you like me to recite?
背诵
Reckless.
Reckless.
He knows you're reckless. He refused to repaint, saying that we needed to see the burn marks, to remember to not be so reckless, but...
I've already assured him there's nobody that reckless on my senior staff.
Reckless temperament runs in that family.
Still, it was reckless of you to come to where I live.
不介意的
Reckon.
Reckon.
I reckon his brother isn't. I reckon your brother's trying to bone Jackie.
So you reckon that robbery was faked all the time, huh?
That way, if anyone's out there waiting for us, and I reckon there will be.
Yeah, reckon somebody ought to help the poor guy.
计算数
Reclaim.
Reclaim.
I came to reclaim something of mine.
I think if we really tried, we could reclaim Porch Monkey and save it.
I will reclaim what you have taken from us.
They dreamt of the day when the dwarves of Erebor would reclaim their homeland. Ephostim and the company of Thorin Oakenshield set out to reclaim their homeland.
开垦喊叫
Recognition.
Recognition.
He didn't panic, didn't chop her up or burn her beyond recognition.
I wasn't Matt Bacon's ass double, getting no recognition, showing my perky backside for nothing.
So in recognition of that, knowing that it in no way can make up for your loss.
The slug was mangled beyond recognition.
赞誉
Recognize.
Recognize.
I almost didn't recognize you with the hair change.
I recognize the cigarette in his left hand and his pinky ring.
If you're on the moon and look down at Earth, you could actually see and recognize the Great Lakes.
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys can recognize this, but Shelley is meaning guys.
认出承认
Recollect.
Recollect.
I don't precisely recollect him.
Now I recollect a story about Joshua.
Recollect if he hit me.
Son, you better recollect who my cousin is.
Well, I don't recollect.
回忆
Recommend.
Recommend.
Anything you recommend I grab first?
For this committee to recommend a charge of perjury against Michael Corleone.
I can't think of anyone to whom I dare recommend him.
I'd like to recommend this salad.
Sorry.
推荐
Recommendation.
Recommendation.
But that was the recommendation of the AEC, was it not?
Can you email me a recommendation?
I brought you a regatta pie and a high school transcript so you could write a letter of recommendation for my little daughter to Georgetown.
The bench will not entertain a recommendation for mercy.
Well, Carl, before you start, it would really help if I could get letters of recommendation.
推荐
Reconcile.
Reconcile.
Captain, I'm finding it difficult to reconcile the man on this piece of paper with the one I'm looking at.
Did you reconcile with our father before his death?
I'm just not sure how to reconcile this.
Did you tell him?
What if you and your wife reconcile?
You're referring to Kermit, but I'm ready to reconcile my debt.
使和解
Reconstruct.
Reconstruct.
I'm gonna be spending every waking moment trying to reconstruct a normal life.
Now, who would like to reconstruct the organs?
Tell me, when you saw Lecter's murders, their style, so to speak,
Were you able, perhaps, to reconstruct his fantasies?
We triangulate from 4 satellites, pick up the heat signal, and reconstruct.
We will reconstruct the 2 champagne glasses.
重建